say now what you say, y'all. I was supposed to do this live earlier, but my coworkers called me, excuse me, and was like, hey, come chill with us. We sitting outside by the pool. Woo, woo, woo. So I go outside. Me and my other coworker, we noticed this lady that came out and sat on the balcony and all this stuff. I'm paying attention, but I'm also watching the little kids because they was playing around the pool and they was running and stuff, and like the adults, you couldn't tell the people who was with those little kids whether they was inside or whether they was sitting outside. So I'm like, let me watch while I'm over here just in case I have to get up and run and go help just in case something happened. You know what I'm saying? Because it take a village. We've seemed to get away from that. But then the lady, she comes over there and she's like, I seen y'all sitting over here. And she was like, and I just wanted to join y'all. She was, and I could tell, like, me being an empath, I picked up on her shit. This lady has been through a lot. So lost. And I felt like she was breaking. So I know that was spirit telling me, hey, speak some words of encouragement to her. Because she let us meet her son. And instantly, I didn't pick up anything. I picked up negative things when I met him. He has the potential of being a good kid, but it's just what he's seeing and what he's going through with his mother and all that. Because he had those guns where you had them little clear bullets. I know they banned them from going at the school and stuff like that. And y'all, that was the first time like I seen lightning bugs in a long time, and I was seeing them, and he was trying to shoot them. I was like, "Why are you shooting?" He was like, "Because I just want to. Like, I want to kill innocent lightning bugs." So, and then he started to point his gun, them little guns, at his mother. And I told him one time, I said, "Hey, don't do that." You know, so she's like, "He not gonna do nothing." I said, "It don't matter if he gonna do nothing or not. He shouldn't be pointing at you in no way because I seen that look in his eyes." So he did it one more time, and I told him, I said, "Look," I said, "you do it one more time, I'm gonna get you." So he stopped. But I had to tell her, you need to pay attention to your son. Your son needs you more than ever right now. So this messages might be going out to single mothers or single fathers, you know, who have a lot of weight on their shoulders. Because this lady, she says she has support, but how she was talking, she don't have the right support. It's a difference. Y'all gotta make sure y'all having the right people around you. You know, just because you are lonely don't mean that you should just have any and everybody around you. Because how she introduced herself, she said her name, her age, and she's like, I'm a Pisces. I said, girl, you said that like we on a date now. But she needed our guidance. And if anybody know me, I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm not going to tell you in a fucked up way. I'm going to tell you in a way where I feel like you can get the message. If I can't tell you in a good way, because, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I understand how you bring a message across is everything, the delivery. If I can't find a way to tell you in a way that you can receive it, I'm going to put out a disclaimer. And I just basically told her, daughter spirit, woman holding the heart. Some of y'all, spirit is trying to have a connection with y'all. But y'all heart is hardened because of the things that y'all have went through and y'all don't want to heal. But spirit is bringing people into your lives that's telling you things, and it's up to you whether you want to hear it or not. So you can keep going down that path, or you can go down a different path. All right, it's time to grow up. The garden and the gate. So it's like either you gonna stay inside because you see where she's at is flourishing. So basically, you need to focus on yourself. And if you have kids, focus on your kids. Don't worry about no man. Because this lady did have a man, but she was complaining about how much of a dick he is, and her words, not mine. So I told her, I said, by you knowing this, and why are you still with him? I said, because your son is saying everything. Is this what you want him to do? This how you want him to treat women? Because he's only going to do what you allow him to do and what he sees. If he sees somebody else treat you wrong, then that's what he's going to do to other women, because he's going to think that that's how it's supposed to be, because that's what is in his life and it's what's being shown to him. I told her she need to walk away. Some of y'all may need to walk away from whoever you with right now. You know, a person ain't going to change unless they want to change. You can't make nobody do shit. Just like half the time you can't control yourself. What the fuck? Why do you think you can control somebody else? Hey, Nate. Hey, Nate. How you doing, boo? I was trying to do a little quick read. You know, before I went to bed. This day has been a day. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm trying to make it short because I am tired. But yeah, if y'all know somebody that you with or somebody that you around and you feeling negative things towards this person and you don't know where it's come from, you need to walk away. Yes, ma'am. You finally caught one. I appreciate it. You made me feel so giddy inside. Yes, yes, indeed. Know when people are draining you of your energy. Know when people are using you. Know when people are trying to stop you from being the best version of yourself. Because this is what I'm getting. Blossom in abundance. You got to put that love in yourself. You are the abundance. You are the gift. But people are going to make you feel like you ain't shit. And that's what we talked about earlier, right? How all our lives we've been around people who made us feel like we ain't worth nothing, that we crazy, we this and we that. You know, when our intentions are good, but it's being misconstrued because we have all these people with negativity and doing stuff to us. Like, we have to get out of that. Ain't nobody gonna sit here and save us. We have to save ourselves. And it start with us, especially us females, especially when we have kids. Because the first thing they see in the morning, they see us or whoever the single parent is. But then, you know, I'm not saying don't be talking bad about the other counterpart or whatnot, because eventually they will see. You just keep encouraging them to be the best version of themselves that they can be. But if you're not taking care of yourself, how are you showing your kids? What are you showing your kids? Yes, the black sheep of the family. You got to get you a strategy together, a plan. How are you going to lift yourself out of this slump, whatever you're in? If a person want to walk away, let the motherfucking asses walking away. That meant they weren't really supposed to be with you anyway. They were just only trying to stay connected to your sexual energy, your creativity, because they have none. What I say? All tied up. They trying to keep you, they trying to stay connected to you because they can't manifest on their own because they're vampires. Energetic vampires. You the one who have the power. You the one who can change your whole situation because you're an alchemist. If they are in and out of your life, it's because they don't want to do what they have to do to level up. As long as you let them come in and out their life, they're going to do only what you allow. So what are you going to stand for? It's time to be in that selfish mode, not in a negative way, but selfish as in, I'm going to tend to my needs. I'm going to put these boundaries up because I need to. Because I'm tired of getting hurt. I'm tired of going through these same old fucking cycles with different people in the same results. You start to learn to appreciate these lessons. Because you're going to recognize those entities when you start being in gratitude. So then when a person come to you, whether it's a different person, the same person, you understand their MO. You know what's going on. You know they only here for a good time. I know y'all get tired of that. Walk your path. Spirit is trying to lead you, and it's falling under the walking away. You got to walk away from bullshit. I don't care what your family used to or what you used to. If that shit ain't worked out by now, it's time to let that shit go and follow something else. Change is good. You can't stop change, so either you gonna go flow with it or you go against it. I wouldn't recommend going against it, because if it's divine timing and spirit is trying to lead you somewhere and you fighting against that, them repercussions, they hit different. Totally different. Because spirit gonna get you for being disobedient. That shit ain't. Hey Maya, how you doing? You back again, mama? Yeah. Got envy. Most people that come into your life, especially if you are empath, they envy you. Why? Because you see things from a different point of view. You see all this light? This is you. When you walk into rooms or you walk wherever you at, stores, whatever, you go to work, people see that light. You might not see it on you, but people see that light and they envious of it. It's collective, Maya. Now, unless you want me to do a quick read on you. And these people want what you have because they thrive off of darkness. Them getting a taste of your light, your energy, gives them life. So you really have to be careful who you give your energy to, who you lay down with. When I say spiritually, if you see who these motherfuckers really are, these demons, because they have presented themselves to me. Was I scared? No. Not when I called out my power back. But when I was scared when I was younger, when I didn't understand what was going on. These motherfuckers ugly. So be careful who you laying down with. They know their life is doomed, so they try to come after the people who have these higher frequencies, or they have a better calling on their life. They are part of the chosen ones. They want to be a part of it, so they don't have to pay for their sins that they have done in the past. So they don't want to have to pay for them sins that they had done in the past. Trying to bring balance. So just like you need to strategize and move accordingly, your enemy is doing the same thing. But if you keep making the same decisions, you're going to get this storm warning. Yes, Maya, you can ask me a question. And even if you decide to walk your path, you still going to get a storm. It's going to be a good storm because spirit is going to wipe out people who don't need to be in your fucking energy. So it's just what you choose. Woman holding a coin. So your creativity is what's going to make you have money. That's where your abundance lies, because it's spiritually fed, going within. This is what they're trying to steal. Take it from you so you can't do it, because they're going to use your shit for evil. You're going to use it for good. But if you keep giving up your sexual energy, you giving up your power. And I know for some of y'all feel what I'm saying. Happy family. Some of y'all supposed to have this. Some of us supposed to have this. When will I meet the person who I want to marry? Let's see. I may not have the cards. They'll speak on that. Let me see. Spirit. Well, I can say right now off the back, I heard if you're not being spiritually fed as far as doing what you need to do, healing what you need to heal, those traumas that you've been through, those demons that you need to face, your divine counterpart is, if you have met your divine counterpart, they're not going to stay in your life because you're not healed. So if you haven't done that yet, done the healing, then it's not going to go the way that you plan. But will you get married this year? I say don't rush it. You might get married this year. Don't rush it. It's gonna come as it's gonna come. It's like divine timing. Cause there might be some more things that you need to clear, or he need to clear. Cause sometimes both of y'all not gonna be on the same journey at the same time. Present abundant gratitude. So tell me what you think with that, Maya. I say just because I'm picking up, you might be the one who wants to get married. Like you're pushing this. Don't push it. Because men and women are different when it comes to stuff. Men like to have things in order before they present that stuff. I say, if you meet somebody, take your time. Don't rush that. Get to know this person first. Let's see what else. Spirit. Because Spirit is always going to test you before you get the right one. So detach from any expectations. When you meet people, just see it for what it is. Be like, okay, you know, this person could be my friend or whatnot. Don't expect more than that because you'll get disappointed every time. Okay, so you haven't met yet. So I don't know, because I'm seeing like when you finally do meet this person, it could go fast, but you have to use your discernment. Use your discernment with it. Me, if a person want to get married and all that stuff fast or whatever, I'm cautious of that. What are you trying to hide? Maybe, you know, in your past, you been rushing into things, and because, you know, at first everything seemed all love and light, but then as time go by, it's like them red flags that you weren't paying attention to, they start really just showing up. But Spirit said, that's true. Always got disappointed. Yeah, you always want to ask your ancestors. I always ask my ancestors when I meet people, show me that what their intentions are towards me. Listen slowly. Speak less. Yes, that was me rushing into relationships. Me too. We all done it. So don't feel bad. Now is the time that we need to just take a step back and just be like, really just vet a motherfucker. Because I'm tired of going through the same old dumb shit. And just like, and each time Spirit will show me when I'm talking to this person who it reminds me of somebody that I talked to in my past. And I'm like, when I see that, I'm like, oh, okay, I know what this is. This motherfucker's a player. Got men, women in the background, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. Like, I'm not going through that. If they actions don't match their words, that's a caution sign. Trust me, if a person wants to do it, they're going to do it. You shouldn't have to beg them. Even if y'all first talking, if you're on that person's mind, even if they just send you a quick text, but like, hey, you was on my mind. I'm just thinking about you. I hope you enjoy your day. Woo, woo, woo. If y'all have busy schedules, it shouldn't be no time if this person is not really interested in you. Days go by and they don't speak to you. That's just my opinion. Because I know how I am. If I'm interested in you, I'm going to shoot you a text. Or I'm going to call you. Or let you know that I'm thinking about you in some type of way. If you can't do the same, that motherfucker ain't on the same level. He got something going on. Facts. Period. Now it's crazy because now I can read a motherfucker and call bullshit before it gets too deep. That part. Motherfuckers can't show. I'm telling you, if they're wearing a mask, they can't hide that shit for too long. Because you got to think about it. If you fell for it, other people fell for it. And that's what they used to. But if you hold them out and you stall them out, the motherfuckers can't hold that mask. That glue is going to melt. You're going to see right through their ass. Because they're not being consistent in what they're saying. Their actions are not matching their words. So yeah, you got freedom, leap, Uranus, and opportunities. We don't chase, we attract, right? So while you're waiting on your divine counterpart to come get you, you need to be healing. So don't ever stop that process. Heal. Still go out on dates, only if you feel safe. If you feel something is up with this person, you ain't even got to question what it is. Spirit is letting you know. Trust your gut. Always ask your ancestors. Get a connection with them. You know what I'm saying? Because these people out here getting weirder and weirder by the day. I've seen some shit and the people that been coming towards me and all that stuff, and it's like I'm seeing it's like you the same pattern, you doing the same thing. Fate, detours, divine intervention. Did I not say? Wait on divine intervention. Continue to work on yourself. You'll know when that person come into your life. I'm telling you, you'll know. You won't even have to question it. It's like a connection is on a soul level. You gonna feel that shit. But if it's somebody that you talking to and you gotta question it, you know that shit ain't right. I'm telling you, that motherfucker gonna let you down every time. Anything else, Spirit? I hope I answered your question. But I think the more that you focus on trying to find somebody, Maya, the more it's gonna be pushed away from you. Let the universe know what you want. Work on yourself because we are not perfect. We have things that we need to work on. We have to go into our calling. If this is the type of love that you want, you know what I'm saying? You want to be on the up and up when you receive this. You can feel it? Now, is this a soul connection or is this a feeling because you want somebody and you feel like because you're at a certain age or whatever the case may be and everybody else are married and all that stuff, that you feel like it should be your time? Because oftentimes we looking at other people and because they married or they have what we want and what we think we want, the motherfucker's not even happy. It's a facade. But if you really feel like this is true love, then he will show you. He would, from the dudes I talk to, they know when they gonna want to be with somebody. Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just asking, Maya. I'm not trying to say you wrong or nothing like that. But these are questions that we have to ask ourselves because oftentimes we want to be loved and feel loved and stuff like that. That we let shit slide. because we want it so bad, or we feel like at a certain point in our lives we're supposed to have this and have that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fooled by that. Time is of essence, yes, but it's also divine timing. So if you've been doing your spiritual work and both of y'all doing your spiritual work, if this person is helping you be a better person, he's going to let you know. Don't force it. That part, I used to feel like because everyone else was married, I wanted to be in that place, that space. I'm in my selfish era working on me. That part. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, how you expect somebody to love you? Especially when you can't keep those boundaries up that you want for yourself, but because you just feel like you have to have a man because everybody else had it. You don't know what these people be going through in their marriages. They're not going to show you that because they bragged on it so much or they thought they was better than everybody. They only going to show you the good parts, and half the time that ain't even good. Got betrayed many times from loved ones and hurts. Yes, it does hurt. Yes, it does. And I guess that's why I told you this story about me, that lady come, because I felt that pain from her. Like, she literally, her mom passed. I don't think her dad's in her life. Her baby daddy passed when she was pregnant. So she basically really didn't have nobody. So her trying to find that love and support, she was attracting the wrong people. She's a Pisces water sign, and I know she's some type of empath. Like, she felt people was feeding off of her. They wasn't teaching her the right things. They wasn't telling her the right things, the right direction to go. So that's why I said just make sure that you are tapping into your emotions and you're being honest with yourself. Like, am I with this person because I want to feel loved, or whatever the case may be? Ask yourself questions. I'm a Gemini. My ascendant is Gemini. So I know how much you can be in your head. You probably see duality in things. But like I said, if you can have an honest conversation with whoever it is, ask them where they want to go in life, where they see themselves, just communicate. Communication rule the nation. And understanding where each other is coming from is even better. But you never want to push a person just because you're ready. You never want to push a person to do that because you don't know if a person is trying to use you or what. Just make sure you see those red flags and you address it. And if it's something that you can't fuck with, walk the fuck away. It hurts when people take advantage of kindness. It does. But you shouldn't let nobody harden your heart. You have to look at them and say they need healing as well. They was brought into your life for a reason. They need healing. Maybe it's something that you say or you do for this person, and it might soften their heart up a little bit. You never know. Don't let nobody change you from who you are, because then you're not being yourself. Something about financial constraints. I'm telling you, the wrong people, if you have the wrong people in your life, if you on the up and up and you managing your money by yourself and you got a nice little nest egg, or you comfortable, then all of a sudden when this person come in your life, shit start going down the drain. That's because they are energetic vampire. They're sucking you dry financially, emotionally, physically, all that stuff. Anytime you have sex with somebody and you are tired, drained afterwards, that you sleep all day, this motherfucker is draining your energy. They are taking your creativity. It's like a vault. They done broke in your safe because you allowed them to. You let them have access to it without vetting them and learning them before, you lay down with them. A lot of these motherfuckers show up as charming, but the motherfuckers rotten to the core. Watch how they treat their parents, their mama. If you're a female, and if you're a male, watch how they treat their daddies or they mamas. Because I always tell my son, like, when he get girlfriends and stuff like that, I be like, it's easy to be a player. Anybody can do that shit. I said, but it's harder for you to stick with one person and get to know a person. I said, if somebody was talking to me and they wanted to talk to me, I said, would you want them to do the things that other people do, like play me and do all this and this and that? So just like you, if you teaching your kids that, you gotta remind yourself of that. You deserve nothing less than what you deserve. You deserve the best. And I don't care who's sitting here projecting to you that you don't need to be. You deserve the best. Watch who you have in your circle. Especially narcissistic people will play on that. They will play on your weaknesses. So when you meet somebody, make sure you're not telling them all the things that your ex did that was bad, because that's going to give them an idea of how to play you. You talk about, oh yeah, all the things that your ex did good for you, was a good provider, even if he wasn't. Because then that's going to make this man have to step up if that's what he want to do. I'm telling you, men is different. They're different. You gotta. It is not like playing a game, but they play games. So you gotta beat them at their own game, but not lying about it. Just filling out where their mindset is at. You don't know if they serious, and you wouldn't have to do no spell work. That they gonna actually show you, and you're not gonna have to tell them, because they gonna want to do it. And even if they are doing it for a little bit, you gotta make sure that this just not a front, that they gonna be sincere about it. Yeah, patience. So you might just have to be patient. Continue to work on yourself and be patient. Whenever they come, they come. Yes, Lord, I was in a narcissistic relationship for 7 years. 7, think about that number. I remember when I was married to my ex-husband, and I was just at the point where I was done. But every time I would go to my mama and talk to her about it, she'd be like, well, you know, that 7-year cycle, it's a cycle. It's a ritual. Y'all be mindful of that shit. You know right away if a person is meant for you or they not. You feel it. You just have to listen to your intuition. So, therefore, fasting, cleansing your energy, grounding, going out in nature, that helps a whole lot. You can't trust your gut feeling if your gut fucked up. Like I said, people who don't fast, like you holding on to shit since you was little. You know how big your intestines is? Your small and large intestines? And how that shit just hardens? And it just pack on top of each other? You need to fast. You got to starve that entity that's on you. And 2, if this motherfucker can't fast with you, something wrong. That means they're comfortable with that entity. And there's so many different ways you can fast. You don't just have to cold turkey, just stop eating anything. It's different ways you can fast. Yes, I had 3 long-term relationships, and all 3 lasted up to 7 years. And I used to say all the time, I feel like I'm cursed, because what the fuck, in relationship with the person since I have been 14 years. I understand that, Nay. 7 years, I'm telling you, it's a cycle. A cycle. Because I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune card in my third eye. It's a cycle. Either you're going to be on top of the wheel or you want to be at the bottom. Maya, if you've been in a relationship with this person for 14 years and this person ain't asked you to marry him, you need to question yourself why. Why are you holding on to this? Because this, listening to men who are emotionally mature, they tell you, they know if they want to marry you within the first couple of months. So why is it taking 14 years? No excuse. Because he know that he can do whatever he want to do, and then you always going to take him back. It might be time for you to move on. Because I don't feel like we should have to give them ultimatums. just for them to straighten up, because they gonna do right for that time period just to get you to shut the fuck up. And excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Focus on yourself. Balance yourself. If this motherfucker wanna marry you and he wanna do right by you, he would have done it by now. Now take a step. Move on from it. Yes. Because he's comfortable. If you're not making him own up to his bullshit, because he think you're always going to be there, I guarantee you, and I don't even know you, y'all done been through some stuff. He probably done cheated and all types of stuff and told you, oh, I ain't going to do it again, and did right for a while, at least showed you that, but then went right back to them old ways, and then it's like another cycle. That's 7 years. You 14. That's 2 sevens. That's 2 cycles you done been with this person and doing the same thing. Don't you think you deserve more? You can find more happiness being by yourself and learning who you are. Like I said, if you can't make yourself happy, how you expect somebody else to make you happy? Yes, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, because that man using your energy. And I'm picking that up. It don't take that long. I'm telling you. Just like you know from the minute you meet somebody whether you want to have sex with them or not. Ain't no difference. You know, if you see somebody, all you want is a sexual relationship with them, or you can see yourself being with this person, you know. So why you think that the males don't know? They know. But they only gonna do what you allow them to get away with. So that's when we have to call back our power and step in our power and put those boundaries up. Yes, self-love is the best. Exactly. Because when I say motherfuckers mad at me right now, they been hitting up my phone, coming at me with all that sexual stuff, and I'm like, no. You say you respect me, but yet you still coming at me like this, and you know what I want, and you say I deserve it. So why should I open myself up to this, and I know you got a situation? I told one person, like, we can't even be friends. Because if I got to sit here and hide my spirituality from you, and I can't talk to you about my spirituality, why the fuck I need to be your friend? It's not going to work, because I feel like I'm hiding a piece of me just to pacify you. Was tried to settle my life in a marriage, but he also became the same one. Then he returned into my life again. I'm telling you, let that motherfucker go. Let it go. Let it go. Now I know the reality. He is not the one. He's not. And you are holding off on your bliss, that what spirit is trying to bring to you. I bet you if you sit back and you look at every situation that y'all done been through, how spirit had been trying to show you that it's time to walk away, or this person wasn't for you, you'll see it. But you got to get that motherfucker out your energy, because they always gonna keep cast that illusion over you. That part be trying to play in our face on purpose just to see what they can get. That I just heard, I think this is Lil Wayne, got a bitch on the side and a bitch on the front. Something like that. I know it's a song. Y'all know I fuck up songs, but it's a Lil Wayne song. I do know that I can't tell you what song it was, but he talked about how he had bitches around him that do certain things. Yes, I already saw. Okay. Well, now put your big girl panties on and do what you got to do. I know it's going to be hard, but you need to break those cords. So you look up, cord breaking spells, or do your spiritual cleansing. Until, if you do sea salt baths, talking to that salt and that water, and let that water in them know. Envision you cutting the cord between you and this person. Because it always starts in spirit before it comes down to the physical. Okay, yeah, they got a bitch in the back, got a hoe in the front. That part. And that's how they think. And shoot, females think like that too. So, one cookie, one cooking, one rolling the blunt. That's the song I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't heard the song in a while, so I can just really you know. But yeah, that's how they think. Oh, if they have more than one woman, they consider the man. Why I need to settle with you when I got another one over here who you doing everything I want you to do. I got the cow before I even bought the milk. So why I need to buy the milk now? I mean, it's hard to digest, but shit. Mine too. And didn't realize what I was rapping until, I actually just sat and just thought about those words. I don't want to be that bitch and I don't want to be that hoe. If you can't see me as your partner where we growing and getting away from all this shit, I ain't the one for you. Females that be in the masculine energy think like that. Yes, that city girl shit. City girl shit. Only want a man for what he can do for them. Every time you let a man buy you something for in exchange of sex, you giving your power away. Sex magic. When a man asking you in the middle of sex, whose is this, and you say this is yours, daddy or pappy, whatever the fuck, you giving your power away. Yeah, I don't even like to listen to songs about cheat because I don't want that energy on me. Yeah. Yeah. You know what songs I listen to? Them old school songs like Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, and stuff like that. Even because they put certain frequencies, especially in nowadays songs where it's demonic, it's lower energy. I listened to those songs back in the day, like when they talk about love and actually caring for a person. You know what I'm saying? Like the frequency of love. When you know you did wrong, but you admitting it and you gonna do better. Because ain't nobody perfect. We all have to understand that. But if you keep making these same mistakes over and over again, then yeah, you just using me. You don't really want to be with me. Because like I said, if a person really want to be with you, they gonna change. And you ain't got to tell them they gonna change. They gonna want to change. So yeah, you got 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. That's your third eye. It's in reverse. Somebody's third eye is not open. Dealing with your pineal, however you want to say it, gland. You got to watch what you eat. Watch what you listening to. Just said it. Watch what you eating and watch what you listening to. Especially you listen to songs like that and they talk about degrading women and how they're just good for doing this, sucking dick and all this stuff, excuse my language, and they can go over here and they're getting the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, true story. I can tell you how many times I met Boosie. Been in the same area as him, even talked to some of his homeboy that was in his camp. Any celebrity that I have met that was males, I never was like gung-ho. Been invited back to rooms, even chilled with some of them, but never fucked them. Why? Because they do this every city. Because they take energy from people. You have these women out here that's so gung-ho and starstruck that they willing to give it up. For what? That's what these celebrities do. Because they have demonic contracts over them. These contracts are sucking their life, so they go to other people, take their sexual energy in order to have that creativity. That's why I said be mindful of who you lay down with. Make a person prove to you who they are and what they're about. Because you lay down with fleas, you going to lay down with dogs, you're going to catch fleas. Half these people going to keep you from your third eye being open. And it's sad to say, but that's just what it is. This is spiritual warfare. And they envious because you have gifts naturally, God-given gifts, spirit-given gifts, while other people have to go get initiated and learn. That shit, our shit is natural. It come from within. Motherfuckers can't compete with that because you got a connection with source. You got adjacent possibilities in reverse. I'm telling you, they trying to stop your shine. We got to know we the real stars. These celebrities and all this stuff ain't the real stars. They fake. Because first of all, if you a star, you going to shine. You going to have to do all this and you going to have to do all that. It's just going to come naturally. When you walk into a room, motherfuckers going to notice you. I don't care if you best dressed or you dressed down for that evening. Motherfuckers going to notice you because it's something that come from within. It ain't just on the outside. It's from the inside and outside. You glowing. People gonna see that shit. Moths, bugs are drawn to light. Anything else, Spirit? Yeah, I wasn't trying to get on here and get to preaching. But sometimes shit just need to be said. Because a lot of times, because we was just raised like that. You look at some of these marriages, people that's been married for like 50 something years, and they talk about how, oh yeah, he had a family over here and family over there, da 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 da. Back then that was normal. That ain't normal in my world. How the hell I'm gonna sit here and want you when you got families all the fucking around here up the coast and across seas and all that shit, but you can't even take care of all your kids? Why the fuck would I want that? So I guess if it need to be said, it need to be said. And I'm not bashing men because it's women like that too. I'm speaking on both genders. But because I'm a female, I can only talk about what I went through, but I can talk about what I seen as well. Because I done had, female friends who was on the same shit. But why would I sit here and be comfortable and okay with you taking care of mine, who probably don't even have no connection with you, but you ain't taking care of yours, who actually have your fucking blood? How the fuck that make me look and how that make me feel? Because if I was a real woman, I'm going to sit here and tell you, you need to get your kids. You need to start doing right by them. You need to go visit them. I heard that's law. I just don't understand how these dudes be making all these kids but don't want to have no responsibility towards them, and then get mad when the woman put them on child support. Some of them are putting them on child support for spite. But if you laid down with this person and you made this beautiful creation, why would you not want to have nothing to do with them? My daughter, I had her when I was in college, 6 days before my 19th birthday. I had to fight my grandmother. Not physically fight, but she wanted control of her. Even though, I appreciate her telling me, yeah, you can go on to college, experience that, get yourself together. I appreciate that. But at that time in my life, and because what I went through with my mom, because she had me at 16, I wanted to be in my child's life. I didn't want nobody else taking care of. If I had to go through the storm or whatnot, I was willing to go through that. But I had to literally fight her to be a mother to my own child because she felt like she could do things better. But I never gave up. I never gave up. Even when she was like, well, I want her, to get my Social Security. I said, well, if there's any way that she can get it and me not have to sign over my rights, then yeah. And I remember she said something behind it, and I told her, over my dead body, y'all, when I tell you how my grandma looked at me like she was like, I can make that happen. I used to come home damn near every weekend to see my daughter, spend time with her. Controlling issues. I'm telling you, a lot of us have gone through that, still going through that. You got to pull away from these people and learn what makes you happy. I'm telling you. And some of them be using these children, their energy. A lot of y'all may not understand it. Spell work and all that shit is real out here. Y'all, I know y'all know that they be trying to relive their lives through us. That shit ain't gonna happen. Just because you like that and I have your blood in me, don't mean that I'm gonna like the same things you like. So that's why y'all gotta step into y'all power. That's another reason why my mom told me she was jealous of me, because I never let nobody dictate to me how I was gonna live my life. That I stood up for myself. And that's what some of y'all need to start doing, whether you male or female. Because I remember my uncle told me how my grandma told him, because he was going to the gym and stuff like that, buffing up, just feeling good about himself, that she told him, I didn't tell you to go to the gym. What kind of shit is that? Oh my God, my auntie did that same thing with the Social Security, except she was in the military. I'm telling you. And they have connections. People who can cover up shit. Because it's government. So don't think that people don't know people, that they don't call people. Just because you don't know it, don't think that that shit ain't happening. People are plotting and planning, and they've been doing it for a long time. When you step away from people and start doing your own thing and start getting in your calling, the more you heal, the more you expose shit. The more you talk about things you done went through, embarrassing or not, the truth always gonna come out. Yes, all for money. She wanted me to sign over my rights to my son. Mind you, I had an older daughter and never mentioned this, but she wanted me to sign over my rights and tried to use it. Anything happened to her. That. And you thinking, oh, she on the up and up, she, looking out, da-da-da-da-da, when really it's always an ulterior motive. Money is the root of all evil. If y'all understand that you are energy, why you think they call it currency? You don't spend money, you circulate money. When your energy is clear and pure, that's when you start noticing what really is important. Money really don't have no value now. Your son, your first son, firstborn, probably got spiritual gifts as well. That might be like a family curse, like they sacrificed the first son. I don't know if do you have a lot of females in your family? Because I know in my family, it's a lot of females in our family. A couple of males here and there. Because my immediate family, I have one brother from my mom and an uncle. And the rest of us are females. But on my daddy's side, I only met two of my brothers. So like that might be like a sacrifice or something. Might need to check into that. He's the third, your only son, yeah. Your bloodline. You keep the family bloodline going. Yeah, it's something about that. So you have second chakra, Archangel Ariel, which is your sacral chakra. Didn't I not tell y'all that they want y'all energy? Sacral chakra and your solar plexus is all part of your energy, your creativity. things that you can manifest. They didn't want y'all to get to that. It's time for y'all to start going back to when you was younger, what you said you wanted to be. What lit you up. Not when nobody else wanted you to be, what you wanted to be. The things that they was like, oh, that's stupid, or whatever the fuck they say to discourage you. You need to go back and see what it is that makes you happy. Because that's what's going to bring your abundance. My son and my sister's son are the only two boys. So on my dad's side, there are only females. My dad died the same year my son was born. So could he have been a sacrifice? Because you know they say when a baby is born, a life is taken. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because I got Spirit gave me a download talking about how somebody in your family is finna have a baby, but they trying to use your child as a sacrifice because they know all the spell work and things that they done against you, they owe. So they're trying to sacrifice somebody else. But they want to sacrifice, they can't sacrifice you because you see they bullshit. So they're trying to go to your kids and draw them in. That's what I picked up. That's what it feels like. I'm telling you, go with your gut feeling. My goal is to help people learn to trust their own intuition and stop going outside of themselves. Every once in a while, yeah, you might need to, because even when I try to, do my own energy, I can understand some of it. But because I had so many people who had that same energetic entity on them, I don't know who's who, because they were similar. So nowadays it's just like I just go with the flow. Whatever happened, happened. When I meet people, I just ask Spirit to show me what their true feelings and their true intentions are towards me. Listen to them. Because if you talking to a person and all of a sudden they talking about their mom, and then they get all frustrated and they get all mad and stuff like that, this person has a issue with women. They're trying to get to me through my daughter because she's at her most vulnerable right now. That part. I'm telling you. You know what it is. Trust your gut. That's why I told you, include her in on the things, all your children in on the things that you are changing. The generational curses that you are breaking. Because they need a lifeline. They can't, like I said, they can't manifest by themselves. Because they soulless. They done gave up their soul a long time ago. So on the way for them to keep living is getting somebody that's pure. Because mine trying to get to me through my family. And when my cousin kept coming to my daughter's job and talking to her about stuff, she kept telling her, your uncle finna have a baby. Then my other cousin, I don't know if she had to call her or hit her up on social media and stuff like that, was like, oh yeah, her daughter was asking to see and speak to my daughter. And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, they trying to use the kids to bring you in. They not going to ever come at me because they know I know. And I ain't going. They know I'm too strong for that. But they're going to try to use you. They're going to try to use my kids. Somebody already tried to send something to my son, and I defeated that shit. I nipped that shit in the bud. Spirit showed me. And I know when I seen that shit, everybody got it. Everybody that I knew that was an enemy against me, and the ones who I did not know. When I returned that shit to sender, but Spirit let me know that my son was okay. So now they going after my daughter. Then I get a notification telling you, yeah, contract. Contracts are up and it's time to renegotiate contracts or do other contracts that's balanced. See the scale? They know this, but they want to be part of your abundance, your inheritance that they probably try to take from you. Or, I'm not just talking about financially, but spiritually, those gifts that they thought they was going to get from the ancestors that passed on, but they don't know how to handle it because they're not doing it for good. Your ancestors want to give it to you, and they mad about that because you younger than them and they feel like they supposed to be the matriarch, but they don't know how to talk to people. They don't even want to sit here and listen. They so stuck in their ways, but they feel like they supposed to be this and they supposed to be that. No. And I'm telling y'all, I know I read, because it was a sequel. And I see the cover. It was a black girl. She like had a afro or whatnot, but it's like a anime-ish type of drawing. But I seen it the other day. But I cannot remember. If I remember, I'll probably post it or whatnot. But yeah, because they feel like if they can come in and get you or your children, that they'll be able to celebrate again. Her like feeding the community. Yeah, you need to keep these people away from you. It's okay to be in hermit mode. It's okay to be selfish and work on self. Because you got to think about it. All this time when you needed help and you needed things, were these people jumping up to try to help you? When, in other words, when they called you, you drop everything or whatever the case and you help them. Is the feelings mutual? Are they reciprocating the energy that you're giving out? And if not, let them motherfuckers go. I don't give a fuck. There's your mama, daddy, brother, sister. I don't give a fuck. You got to take care of yourself because these people will take you out. And this is my daddy folks to the T. Think they better than my mom's side of the family. Yeah. Yeah, they do. But it's like, whether they know it or not, they all working together. Because they all working against you to gain something. Whatever the reason may be. But they all working against you to get something, but they want to use your kids because they're more vulnerable. Their brain is more easier to manipulate. Whereas they know you grown and you gonna say what the fuck you gonna say because you always been like that. They know they can't really control you. And if they do try, it only lasts for a little bit, and then it's like you come back to your senses, and then they have to find another way to put this spell on you or send this faulty ass lover into your life to keep you occupied and keep you off your game, so you can't see where you need to be in life and what path you're supposed to be, because you too worried about this nigga because you haven't healed from traumas that happened before. It's all about recognizing. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody is like the middleman. So whoever's speaking on this side of the family, trust me, they in cahoots with the other side of the family, whether they being a spy and telling them what's going on or what. I don't put past nothing past nobody. So like I said, I ain't talked to my family in like 4 years. And all the stuff that went down, the ones who always be smiling in my face and act like they have my best interests at heart, I didn't get a call or nothing from them. But yet when something was going on with them, I always make sure I called and check up on them or went by and seen them. But I couldn't get the same thing. Oh, all of a sudden, I'm just fucking crazy. Oh, I'm into witchcraft. Bitch, don't you know when you talk bad and you gossiping about people, that's witchcraft? You speaking over their life what you want them to have or don't want them to have, that's fucking witchcraft. But at least I'm upfront with mine. I ain't speaking bad on nobody because I'm sending you love and light. I just don't fuck with you when you mad about that. But yet you go to church and acting like you all sitting up in there in these pews like you all miss this and Mr. that, but y'all doing some of the sinister shit behind closed doors. Smiling all up in these other people's faces, but yet you talking bad about their children and stuff like that, only because you don't want people to see what's going on with your children and what the fuck they doing. Young Dolph. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. I loved Young Dolph. Love what he stood for. You know. But yeah. I don't put nothing past nobody, because if you can't put that same energy in me, like I said, they can't fake it. They can only fake it for so long. Why do I need you? It's been, like I said, it's been 4 years since I done talked to family, and I've been good. I might not have everything that I want, but I'm at peace. I ain't worried about shit. The shit that they would deem was so urgent that you have to worry about and all this stuff, I don't give a shit about that. Hypocrites. You right. Motherfucking hypocrites. I come from a family, do as I say and not as I do. I'm saying the last straw, my auntie came over to the house and was like, you gotta move out because you burning candles. But bitch, you got candles all up in your house. So because I burn candles, I'm doing wrong? What is the difference? But yet, and then I brung up to her, you're a fucking Delta. Y'all pledge y'all allegiance to an entity named Minerva. But when you look up Minerva, it's nothing much about this person, this entity. You can't serve two gods. So what are we talking about here? I'm not harming nobody. But you mad. Because that was their control. So like I said, y'all use y'all discernment. And especially be mindful right now. People coming to you and not getting notification. People from your past reaching out to you. People you ain't heard from in a long time. Texting you all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like, be mindful. Ask spirit to show you. Pay attention to your dreams and write them down. Even if you don't understand them right then. You keep writing them down, you gonna see the connection. Spirit is gonna put it all together. If you want to astral project, ask spirit to help guide you and show you how you do it. Your ancestors. That's why you have to make that connection with your ancestors. I'm telling y'all, first time I astral projected, I was like, what the fuck? Because I literally was in the room with people as they was making plans, what they was doing. It was surreal. Like, sometimes I was that actual person. Or sometimes I'm standing next to the person who was plotting something, doing something. It was, I'm telling you. It's a beautiful thing, but you got to make sure you're protected. That's why I always say your ancestors are your first line of defense. So go ahead and do your ancestor altars. They don't have to be fancy or nothing, because your ancestors are not looking at that. They waiting on that connection. They waiting on you to ask them to intercede on your behalf. So you can continue to focus on what you need to focus on. And that's making you a better you, getting you to your highest self, so you can speak your truth and help others climb out of that crabs in a bucket mentality. But I think that's all I got. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had a little juice. Grown up juice. Some little something to relax. Nothing in excess or whatnot. because I have been drinking hella water before then, but I think I'm tired now, going to sleep. But it's just a food for thought. Because just like I met that lady and I told her, you need to watch your son. Because I'm telling y'all, I picked up on mass shooter because she's not paying him that attention that she need to. And the attention that she's paying attention to him with is because she's drunk half the time. I seen it. And even my coworkers said they seen it too. And I don't sugarcoat nothing, but I'm not going to bring it to you in no hostile way. I just told her you need to stop worrying about a man, because a man is not going to make you happy if you're unhappy with yourself. Yes, indeed. I done had enough of grown-up juice, so I'm ready to lay it down. It has been a tiring day. But, you know, when spirits speak and tell you to move, it's time to move. Like I said, everything ain't no coincidence. They coincide. It's always a lesson, symbolism, or whatever the case may be, and whatever happens. It's just up to you to see it and recognize it. Even if you don't want to. Everything ain't always going to be love and light. You're going to have to go through them storms. So, nay, don't get too inebriated. But tomorrow is Sunday. You know, my weekends, whatever days I'm off, those are my weekends or whatnot. But I don't know. Y'all make sure y'all ask Spirit to cover you and your kids if you have them, or your loved ones while they sleep. Ask them not to make sure that you don't eat or drink anything in your dream state, that you don't have any sexual contact with nobody, have sex with nobody, let nobody do anything sexual to you, and don't fight unless you have to protect you and your loved ones. Ask your spirit guides to intercede on your behalf in the dream state. Yeah, I'm finna get in my bed as well. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because I know Mr. Sandman talking to me. Because I know by the time I wake up in the AM, the time I go to work is going to change. So I got to be prepared for that. But I'm glad I was able to put this message out here. Because I know it's somebody that need to see it, hear it, or whatnot. Because I know I need to. You got to stay strong in your boundaries. Because they always trying to weaken it. Because they want to bank on you feeling vulnerable and feeling lonely and just settling for less. No, boo. I'll be by myself. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy. However long it take, I'm going to wait. And in the meantime, I'm going to work on myself. That's the name of the game. A lot of people out here getting married and getting with people just for the look. And they ain't even happy. Because most of the time, these bitches putting spell work, and these dudes too, putting spell work on somebody so they won't go nowhere. I'm glad you needed that. Because I needed it too. I wasn't coming on here. I knew to tell that. I didn't know how I was gonna present that and where it was gonna go. Tell you the truth. Because I'm just like, Spirit, why you want me to talk about that? You know what I'm saying? But Spirit always make a way. It always works out in the end, don't it? I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you are happy. I'm telling you, happiness starts within. If I had to do it all over again, yeah, it would be some things that I would like to change, but looking at the person that I am now, how I hold myself accountable for my actions, the positivity that I'm spreading out into the world and giving people, and the advice that I'm giving people to help them, I wouldn't change nothing. I wouldn't. I know I could be in a better spot, but When that time come, I'll worry about when it come. But as of right now, I am the happiest I ever been. Peace. That peace is a motherfucker. I tell you, when you finally find that peace, you would do any and everything to keep it. So if that means just walking away from people who don't mean you any good, I don't care how long you've been around them or who they are to you. It's just a fucking title. If they're not treating you, that's what you need to look at. And I'm tired of pacifying people and overlooking my needs just to satisfy somebody that fucking people pleasing. No more of that. I deserve. I deserve. And I don't deserve nothing less. So, I don't know. Parrot it, honey. Parrot it. Well, I'm gonna try to get on here tomorrow. I don't know how tomorrow's gonna be, so I ain't gonna promise. But if I don't get on here tomorrow, I will get on here Monday. Because, you know, I do need my rest and reserve my energy, get my energy back. But y'all have a good night. And I hope this message resonate to whoever's watching or going to watch it. Because we all need that auntie that's going to sit here and tell you the truth about some shit, whether you want to hear it or not. Right? So, sweet dreams. Make sure y'all protecting yourself. Cover your heads. Return to sender. No weapons formed against me shall prosper in the spirit or in the physical. Return that shit to spirit. And let spirit handle it. Send it back to the originator. And banish that shit from out your energy. From all different timelines, different dimensions, past, present, and future. Let them motherfuckers deal with it times 10. Yes, ma'am. So good night, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Until next time, peace, love, and gratitude.